The Back to the Future trilogy took us on an exciting time travel adventure, introducing us to Marty McFly and Doc Brown, two iconic characters. Back to the Future Part 3 concluded the trilogy, leaving fans wanting more future adventures. Beginning with the 1985 film, the Back to the Future trilogy introduced us to the endearing Marty McFly and Doc Brown. Their time-traveling adventures whisked us away to the past, the future, and even the Wild West. The DeLorean time machine's famous flux capacitor symbolized the trilogy's inventiveness. The sequels, which were released in 1989 and 1990, expanded on the plot by delving into futuristic technology and other historical periods. Marty and Doc's bond and their clever exchanges served as the series' hearts throughout the trilogy, captivating fans of all ages. It is still a well-known and inventive adventure and brotherhood narrative. As talk of a possible Back to the Future 4 resurfaces, fans wonder about the involvement of actors Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. While the deep fake movie displaying their performances as Marty McFly and Doc Brown is exciting, it also serves as a reminder of Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd's irreplaceable relationship. Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. play Marty McFly and Emmett Doc Brown respectively in a new Back to the Future deepfake video. This deepfake video is part of a rising trend in which YouTube video producers employ advanced computer technology to substitute performers' faces and experiment with other casting options. The scene that is altered in this deepfake video is the iconic high school conversation between Marty and Doc, where they discuss ways to reunite Marty's parents. It's a pivotal moment in the film, filled with Marty's worries about erasing himself from history and Doc's attempts to understand the slang of the 80s, precisely the term heavy. The deepfake video brings this sequence to life by including two of today's top stars, providing an unexpected touch to the popular classic. While the Back to the Future deepfake video starring Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. is an intriguing look at what might have been, it also serves as a reminder of the original film's continuing appeal and the skill of its original actors. Fans are reminded of the great performances of Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd that made Marty McFly and Doc Brown impressive figures in film history as they watch these deepfake videos. One of the oddest features of this deepfake movie is that it demonstrates how physically similar Holland and Fox are. At times in the video, Holland appears exactly like the real Marty McFly, and you'd almost forget you were seeing a deepfake spoof. Meanwhile, Doc Brown looks very different with Downey's visage instead of Lloyd's, but watching the Iron Man in the part is still strangely amusing. Of course, Fox and Lloyd have extremely unique and recognizable voices, so hearing them from the mouths of Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. is a little strange. Tom Holland is best recognized for his portrayal of Peter Parker in Spider-Man: Homecoming and its sequel Far From Home, but he also plays Spidey in several other MCU movies. In some ways, this new deepfake video completes the circle for Holland, who has recognized Marty McFly as a big source of inspiration for how to play Peter. My goal was to try to be Marty McFly for our generation. That was my ultimate goal, and I was fortunate enough to have a journalist say, "Oh, you're kind of like Marty McFly in this movie," Holland said of his Spider-Man role. Back to the Future, like Casablanca and Citizen Kane, is one of those Hollywood classics that shouldn't ever be remade or rebooted. But as we all know, remakes, reboots, and general reimaginings of established property are the norm these days, so Robert Zemeckis' time travel masterpiece may not be left alone for much longer. Tom Holland confessed to BBC Radio 1's Ali Plum that there have been some discussions about bringing the legendary sci-fi series back to the big screen, with him playing one of the stars. If not Marty McFly, then a character quite similar to him, we assume, given the lack of details. It's enough to make you exclaim, "Great Scott!" in astonished and offended tones. I'd be lying if I said there hadn't been discussions about doing some sort of remake in the past, but that film is the most ideal film, or one of the most perfect films, one that could never be improved upon, said Holland, who might easily have based part of his Peter Parker act on Michael J. Fox's Marty McFly. While Holland recognizes the original film's greatness, he also appreciates the pull of revisiting such a famous series. Back to the Future has a particular place in many people's hearts, and the prospect of embarking on fresh, time-traveling adventures with a figure akin to Marty McFly is unquestionably appealing. Robert Downey Jr.'s possible involvement adds another dimension of intrigue. Downey, known for his vibrant and dynamic performances, would definitely inject new and captivating energy into the Back to the Future universe. While he may not physically resemble Christopher Lloyd's Doc Brown, the possibility of seeing him in a time-traveling role piques our interest. It remains to be seen how these conversations progress and whether Back to the Future 4 will be produced. The combination of Tom Holland's fondness for the original trilogy and the possibility of Robert Downey Jr.'s involvement, on the other hand, has fans excitedly expecting what might be a thrilling continuation or a riveting new chapter in the popular franchise. Back to the Future 4 might take us to new places and give us the thrill of a completely different world, exploring previously unexplored regions of time and space. Consider Marty McFly's son, Tom Holland, discovering a hidden message from Doc Brown, imploring him to return back in time to avoid a terrible event that threatens the space-time continuum's very fabric. Back to the Future 4 could easily bridge the gap between the past and the future, commemorating the original trilogy while setting the way for a new chapter in the franchise's legacy with Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. in the lead. Bob Gale, co-writer of the Back to the Future series, revealed why a fourth film was improbable in a 2020 interview. According to Gale, the original trilogy had already given a complete and fulfilling story, and they didn't want to make a film just for the sake of making money. He emphasized that they did not want to be perceived as money-driven filmmakers. Gale also said that an agreement was in place with Steven Spielberg and Amblin Entertainment, the major production company, that no new picture would be made without the input and blessing of the original writers. This interpretation strongly suggests that a fourth installment is unlikely. While the prospect of Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. appearing in a hypothetical Back to the Future 4 may pique fans' interest, it's vital to remember that Gale's words suggest a solid position against further sequels. If any of these exceptional actors were involved, based on Gale's comments, the likelihood of the fourth part materializing appears improbable. Only time will tell whether Marty McFly's DeLorean will return to the big screen with Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. at the wheel, bringing audiences on a new time travel adventure. Until then, fans can fantasize about the possibilities and cherish the nostalgia and magic that Back to the Future has created in them over the years. While the prospect of a Back to the Future 4 starring Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. is interesting, it appears extremely impossible. The words of co-writer Bob Gale indicate a dedication to preserving the original trilogy's integrity. Fans can still continue to enjoy Marty McFly and Doc Brown's timeless adventures in the existing movies, explore the wonders of time travel, and relive the legendary scenes that help make Back to the Future a beloved classic. Well, that's it. For now, make sure that you like our video. Please share your views and opinions in the comments section with us. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest news and reviews on upcoming movies from us. And do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you at the next one.